I'm Jim Alred. I'm the new media director at the Rome News-Tribune, a news publishing company. Basically, that's a fancy-dancy title for saying I'm in charge of all of our company's newspaper websites. We have 7 different websites ranging from the Rome News-Tribune all the way up to the Walker County Messenger and the Catoosa County News. We also have a high school-only website, which is prepcentralonline.com. Basically, in all this is that as in charge of the websites, it's not just about putting the news on the internet. Anyone can do that. What we try to do is take the news and tell great stories using the mediums we have, whether it's photo slideshows, video shows, or just regular print. We try to deliver the news every day as quick as we possibly can in many different ways. I got into this field originally as a print writer. I wanted to be nothing more than a sports writer, preferably being an Auburn University beat writer, which I was able to do for 2 or 3 years in Alabama. And then I made the transition down to Florida, where I was a sports editor for a little while. And then an opening came open in the online department, the Naples Daily News, and I thought, hey, that sounds pretty cool. So I went to online, and next thing I know, I was an online editor. Next thing you know, they asked me, hey, could you do some video too? So I was an online videographer. And before I knew it, we were producing shows and all this kind of crazy multimedia stuff. And an opening came here at the Rome News-Tribune. I grew up in Rome, graduated from East Rome High School, and I felt like the style of journalism we were doing in Naples and practicing would work amazingly well in Rome and would play amazingly well. And we've been lucky enough that I came back to Rome, not to take over the website, but to tell the story of Rome, almost documented in a living, breathing history, something that we would have loved to have had when I was in high school, and I hope that we're able to produce now for everybody in the area. When I go around and talk to colleges and universities and even high school groups, they oftentimes ask me, how do you become a new media director? How do you get into this field? And one of the first things I do, I tell everyone is, if you want to be a journalist, specifically in the new age of journalism, you're going to need to be able to do things other than just writing. You need to be able to shoot photos. You need to be able to record audio. You need to know how to program some on the internet. Just simple HTML is a big thing, and also video. If you can learn all those skills, which in today's age with technology and video cameras, heck, most iPods now you can use as a video camera. You can learn amazing skills that way and make yourself a broad-based journalist, and that's pretty much what everybody's hiring. When I talk to people about journalism, I've been lucky enough that I know or I'm an acquaintance of 5 different individuals who've won a Pulitzer Prize, pretty much the highest prize you can get in journalism. And when I talk to them, their number one thing they tell everybody is work hard. If you go into journalism expecting that you're only going to punch the clock 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, you're never going to make it. Journalism is not a vocation, it's an avocation. You're going to get as much out of it as you put into it. And I'll be honest, I probably work a lot more than 40 hours a week. You can ask my wife and kids about that, but I come to my job every day. It's not a job, it's fun. Yeah, there are times you get yelled at by the bosses and whatnot, and it's like, oh man, I hate this job, but every day I go home and I feel extremely blessed that I'm able to do this. And like I said, as far as the talent, you can go to school for this. Obviously, any of the local schools are good. Barry has a great both Barry and Shorter have great journalism programs. I graduated from Auburn University. I know journalists have graduated from pretty much every major journalism program in the Southeast. All of them are very good. With journalism, you're going to get a good background, but a lot of journalism is you need to go to, when you go to college, whether it's a junior college, whether it's a 4-year school, whether it's a technical school, you need to go, and the first thing you need to do is go write for the campus newspaper. Go work for the campus radio station. Go work for the campus TV station, because that's the closest thing to real-world experience you can get. And if you do that, you're going to be light years above other graduates. I did that for 2 years at Auburn, working at both the campus radio station, the campus newspaper, and even did a 6-month stint at the campus TV station. I can't tell you how much that helped me in the real world, to where I got out and immediately was getting offers to be a sports editor instead of just a sports writer. And to be honest, all the video work I did back in college, I basically spent almost a decade not doing it, is what brought me back to online videography, because I had a background. Now, it had changed a little bit in 10 years, but not so much that I couldn't pick it up and learn how to do it. And the big thing is, always be true to yourself. If you have a dream, don't let other people tell you you can't do it. Always chase that. I had journalism professors come up and tell me, you're never going to make it as a sports writer. I had my old sports editor at the Naples Daily News tell me, you're never going to make it as an online person. You know, when I left Naples, they said, you're going to fail in Rome. I've had a lot of fun proving people wrong. And if you have a will to do it and that work ethic to go with it, you can definitely do it. Whether it's becoming an artist, a photographer, a journalist, a writer, an engineer, a doctor, if you want it bad enough and are willing to work, you can do it.